Because, hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. Manchester United or Fulham versus Manchester United 1-0. I just finished watching this game, and what a hard watch that was. Very interesting, though, to see how mediocre Manchester United are. We all know this. We've been knowing this for a long time. But this game was highlighted huge problems that Manchester United has and has been having. Fulham should have won this game. Fulham absolutely should have won this game. If they weren't better on the finish, Jimenez, Muniz, when he came in, the Brazilian, had two chances. That second one needed to go in. Traore also had a really good shot that went all the way up. That was, oh my God, that was when Martinez went up to him and told him, Ugarte, was hurt and he should have sent the ball out, which he shouldn't, because the play was going forward. It wasn't like a play that was going on before, all the way in the back, and gave him enough time. They're already attacking. There was no need for that. And I think he's full of shit. I mean, I like Martinez, great player. He would have done the same thing. He would have absolutely done the same thing. Come on, stop. He would have absolutely done the same thing. He wouldn't have stopped as he's attacking, as he's right at the edge of the box. He wouldn't have turned around and told, like, hey, no, like, I got to put this ball out. I got to see this ball out. No, he wouldn't have done that. No. So I don't know why he had to go up to and say that, because obviously he was close to scoring. So that was a really close chance for Fulham, among many. Jimenez, he couldn't get a shot on target. And like I said, if they were a lot more clinical, if they were better on the finish, this would have been a humiliation. I think this was close to being a humiliation. Yet another humiliation for Manchester United, because Fulham, just the energy, people that are willing to go forward. Baisi, I think, the guy with the dreads. Robinson, even though some of his centers at the beginning were awful, pretty bad. Castagna, what's his name? Jimenez, of course. Muniz when he came in. Traore when he came in. The one that got injured, Wilson. I think Harry Wilson also. Oh, Iwobi. How could I forget? Iwobi was doing really good in the first half. So they got people that could break the lines, that could go forward, that are more decisive than Manchester United. Manchester United had nobody except Diallo. And Diallo started to kind of wake up from that slumber. He too was doing the same thing. He too was being mediocre in that first half. And in that second half, even though it was invalidated, the second goal, man, he really sought for that goal. He really did everything to try to get away from Diaz. He did a really good job there. Middle of the second half, towards the end, I thought he was what he needed to be, what he always is. He's got that dynamism that nobody else has, unfortunately, in United. So infuriating to watch Manchester United in the first half. Pass it back. It's fine from time to time. You're trying to figure out ways to get past your opponent, but it was the whole first half. And I could even say confidently the second half as well, had it not been for Diallo. And then Mainu, when he came in, I thought he added that as well. And Mainu's not a forward, but he does know a thing or two about going forward, trying to beat one or two guys to be able to pass it to somebody. At least he does that. He's not looking just to pass it back or pass it sideways. He's always trying to get the ball, and he's always trying to turn around, face the opposite goal, and trying to go always forward, trying to play it forward. It was so infuriating. So I can't even blame Garnacho. Garnacho was all about that in this game. He had one successive, if you want to call it, take on with the control. I think it was a switch, and he brings it down, and the timing was perfect. And then he ended up passing it to Mazraoui. Really good pass, and I think Mazraoui ended up flubbing it. Nothing came out of that. But after that, it was more of the same. And you wonder why he's not playing, why they're thinking of letting him go. He did the same thing, because I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. When I started to think, as I'm watching him play, like, what happened when he first came onto the scene, when he first was playing, and he looked quick, he looked fast, he looked like he could take people on, he looked like he could beat people in a foot race, and there's none of that. You could tell he shrunk. And it's not like the commentators were saying, like, oh, why is it that, some of these players, he was making the comparison with Diallo, and how is it that Diallo is playing better with Amorim, but Garnacho is playing better with Ten Hag? No, he wasn't. Maybe at the beginning, the first season, and then after that, he just completely fell off. He was scoring. Thankfully for him, he was at least scoring, but besides that, he wasn't doing much. Scoring is being productive, I get that, but he wasn't doing much after that. He wasn't taking anyone on. He was having an impact with the goals, and that was it. So I know it's a lack of confidence. I'm eager to see him move on to somewhere else, whether it's Chelsea, Napoli, I don't care where he goes, just to see how well he does and how well if he could actually get that confidence back. I'm very, very curious to see that, especially if he stays in the Premier League and he starts stepping it up and playing like he did when he broke out into the scene. That'd be great. That would be very, very interesting to see. Maybe it's just a lack of concentration, a lack of confidence, and that's all he needs. The only player besides Diallo, obviously, and then Mainu when he came in, Collyer with a huge save. That was, I mean, the reaction time, being ahead of everybody and getting himself inside the goal to be able to head the ball out. Martinez before the goal, and you saw him on a few occasions, he would actually go forward. He was actually trying to go forward because I think he figured out, like, well, nobody's doing it, and he's definitely got the personality for it because he's not known for being a dribbler, and he just went for it. And look what happened. He went for it and he actually got that goal. You know, yeah, it was a huge deflection, but he ended up getting that goal because he simply just decided, I have to go for it because nobody else is going for it. I mean, absolutely mediocre United. I think they could have lost huge, not just a simple loss. They could have lost huge because Fulham had so many opportunities in this game. And had they not been that messy and sloppy in the front, they could have easily have knocked down United. I know they won, but that was a mediocre performance. I don't think anybody played a devastatingly awful match. No initiative, no incentive, nobody really going out there to run. Everybody from Fulham actually trying to do something. That's all I got. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.